Welcome to another episode of Scientific Recipes, where we focus on cellular health and enzyme building. All right, let's get started. So, today I am going to show you how to remove pesticides, poisons from vegetables, and remove the wax from vegetables. Okay, so this is my weekly vegetable shopping. I bought some leeks that I use in place of onions. Okay, we don't eat onions. Onions are tumorigens. Okay, I got some good looking collard greens here. Okay, I also bought some green bell peppers. You see the wax on here? For all non-organic vegetables, we must remove the wax before we eat them, because wax is insoluble, meaning it will not dissolve in our body. So what it will do is just stay in there and block our cells. They can't breathe, they can't get oxygen, and they can't get nutrients. So we must remove wax and the pesticides that's sprayed on vegetables before we consume them. Okay, I also bought some small hot green bell pepper, jalapeno peppers. These are the bell peppers, and the jalapeno peppers here. Okay, and I also bought these also. And of course, I bought my weekly ginger. Okay, for the Symptometry's therapeutic ginger drink. That's for later. But today we're gonna just focus on showing you how to clean our vegetables, our weekly vegetables, and prepare them in the refrigerator for the next 3 days. All right, let's get started. Okay, so today I am going to show you how to clean your vegetables. Okay, how to remove the dirt and wax from vegetables. Okay, all right, so let's get started. So as we know, vegetables are grown in the dirt and they spray pesticides and all kind of chemicals on our vegetables. So we don't want to consume them because they harm our cells. Okay? Remember, if our cells are healthy, so are we. Okay? So we got to protect them with the foods that we eat. So what we're going to do, we're going to clean our vegetables with iodized salt solution today, because salt, believe it or not, have an atomic weight of 127, which is heavy enough to remove dirt and wax off vegetables. Okay, so let's get started. First, we're going to make the saline solution. So I have about 2 teaspoons of salt, iodized salt. Pour that in there. Okay, and then we're going to stir it up real good in there. All right, here we go. Okay, we need just a little bit more water. That's going to be enough to cover all the greens that I have. Okay, that may be enough there. There we go. Make sure that salt is all good and stirred in there. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna check out our greens. We're gonna make sure that there's no holes in them, okay, front or back. We're going to make sure there's no disease in them or anything like that, okay? So these are the fresh ones today. So I'm gonna take the stem off. They're little, so I'm gonna keep it. Okay, then I'm just gonna break it up and we're gonna throw it in here. Okay, checking, don't see anything. Let me break it up and we're gonna throw it in here. Okay, here we go. All right, so ooh, look at that. Now these have little, these are good too. Give me 1 second here. Nothing wrong with those. There we go. Checking them out there. Pretty good. So let me go ahead and tear those up. Check sure nothing's in there. Yep, these look really good. They look clean too, but we don't want to go by the way they look. Okay, because our eyes can deceive us. It can be little bitty pieces of dirt or little worms in there. That's why we soak them in iodized salt. So we can make sure that we protect ourselves and don't give it any kind of poisons or diseases or anything that we can avoid. Now this looks kind of, you know, so I'm not gonna eat those. I'm gonna tear that off. Same thing with this, look at that. That's a diseased leaf. So we're gonna tear those off. Don't need to eat those, okay? That one's fine. All right, getting good down in there. I like to use these little silicone little spinners. They're good for a lot of good things. Okay, so let's just keep going. Let's take a look at that. All right. Okay. I'm gonna make these tomorrow. Yummy, yummy. I like collard greens. I like all of them though. I like the collard. I like the mustard. But remember, we do not mix the greens. Okay, we have only one at a time. We don't mix greens. We don't mix the collards with the mustard or with the turnips. I know sometimes they come with mixed greens, but we want to only cook them by themselves, meaning collards one day, and then maybe, you know, next week we'll have the turnips. Okay, and then the next week we will have the mustard. Okay, so we switch up like that. We don't want it all in one pot. Okay, and we also do not want to cook greens with the meat in them. Ow! I know that sounds terrible because we are used to cooking greens with meat. I bet you're wondering how it's going to get its flavor. So what we do here, when we cook scientifically, what I use is lamb butt meats, but I cook it separate. Okay, so I cook the lamb, slow cook the lamb for 12 hours. Okay, and then I take the juices when the greens are done, not cooking with it, but when the greens are done, I take the slow cooked meat, the slow cooked lamb stew meat, and then I mix it together. Okay, so we cook them both separately and then we mix them together. We just don't cook them together. Okay, scientific fact, tip. All right, so I think I got them all. And then now I'm going to soak them a little bit more there. Now we're going to soak these for 8 minutes in the iodized salt solution, okay? 8 minutes. Let me set the timer. Okay, there we go. All right, and I'll be back with you in 8 minutes. Be right back. And welcome back. Okay, so we are now rinsing the greens. It has been 8 minutes, so I poured them into a strainer, and I am rinsing them now with cool water, not warm water. Okay, rinsing them really well. Get all that dirt off of them. Okay, you have to pick them up and rinse them. That's fine. Make sure we rinse them good. Okay, it has been 8 minutes. I've rinsed the greens with cool water very thoroughly. Okay, I double checked them, make sure that there's no more disease or brown spots. Okay, now I'm going to put them in a Ziploc bag and store them for the next 3 days. Now, we do not want to freeze them. If we freeze them, they may lose some of their nutrients. But if you have to freeze them, you make sure when you cook them, you put big pieces of onion in them so the onion can draw the nutrients back into the greens. Okay? Now, make sure you don't eat the onion though. So make sure you make it big enough, like cut it in half and just lay it on top. Okay, while it's cooking, so the onion can just draw the nutrients right back into the greens in case you need to freeze them. Okay? But remember, don't eat the onion. All right, I'm gonna store them and put them in the refrigerator for 3 days. Thank you for watching. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to remove wax from vegetables. Okay, see the wax? I'm going to show you how to remove the wax from the vegetables. Okay, so I am going to remove this part here. There you go. So let's go ahead and de-seed them. Show you how to clean them also. Okay, so I cut my bell peppers down the side so I can avoid the seeds as much as possible because we don't want to eat the seeds. Okay. Okay, and then we also want to remove that membrane there. Okay, here we go. Okay, I love these ceramic knives. They work really well. They're really sharp. Okay, and then we just have to remove the membrane. Oop, there's one there. Be careful not to cut your fingers. All right, there we go. Okay, so this one is good. So we're just gonna cut these here. Okay, gonna cut those here. See, I didn't hardly get any seeds when I cut it that way. Hardly none at all. Okay. Now let's do the other one. I just cut around the edges. Okay. All right, now this one has a little seeds in it, so we're gonna remove that membrane from there. Okay. See, this one has the little seeds inside that membrane, you see that? So we wanna cut those out, okay? So I'm just gonna slice right down the middle of that to make it much easier to remove. Okay. Then I'm just gonna take it from here. Just gonna cut that whole part out. Move it over there. And the same with this one. Cut it out and we're gonna move it over there. All right. Now you can keep the seeds and grow your own bell peppers. Okay. At least you know that they will be organic. They don't have no wax on them or sprayed with pesticides, things that harm our health. We don't want to do those. Okay? We would like to stay as healthy as possible. Because once things are in our bodies, you know, if you don't have the right therapeutic product to remove it, we're going to have symptoms and diseases. Okay? Because it blocks cell nourishment. And we do not want that. Not at all. So we must clean our cells. We got to clean them. Clean our cells because our cells is what keep us healthy every day. And the best way to clean them is through ionization, not a mismatch that cause side effects and things like that. Our bodies are not made to have things, our cells are not made to have mismatches. We must give them what they need when they're sick. When they're sick, they need cleaning, they need water, and they need nutrients. And that's what Symptometry therapeutic product does. It focuses on the health of the cells, not the symptom. Okay, so contact me, Coach Vet, at scientificrecipes.com, and I'll be happy to get you a free 15-minute consultation with a licensed symptometrist, okay, that will help you to clean off your cells, and then you're going to eat scientifically going forward where no diseases will return. You don't have to worry about diseases returning when you keep your cells clean. Okay? I'm so excited. All right, now that all the bell peppers are all cleaned and cut up, it's time to soak these also. Okay? All right, so we're going to get our little bowl here, and we're going to get about maybe about 2 tablespoons of iodized salt. Okay, pour that in there like that, and then we are going to get some water here so we can mix it up. Okay, we're gonna pour a little water in there like that, and we're gonna stir it up. Okay, make sure it's nice and melted. I think we need a little bit more water. A little bit more water. Okay, then we're gonna stir it up. Mix that salt in there really good. Okay, mix it up there. Okay, now we're gonna put our cut up vegetables in here, bell peppers, for 8 minutes. So we can remove all wax and pesticides from our bodies. So it will not get in our bodies. We're gonna move it from the vegetables. Okay, now with scientific eating, certain vegetables must be prepared a certain way. Like leeks, celery, they must be steamed. This is the scientific way. They must be steamed. Okay? Asparagus, that must be baked. Okay? To know about how to prepare your foods, I do highly recommend the book, What to Consume. It will tell you how to prepare, how to cook certain vegetables. So it will help you to get their nourishment, what they need, the nutrients that we need from them if we prepare them a certain way. Okay? Get the most nutrients that they have to offer us. So this is why they must be prepared a certain way. Ooh, I'm so excited. All right, we're gonna let these soak for 8 minutes and we will be right back. Welcome back. Okay, I have rinsed the bell peppers have soaked for 8 minutes, and now I am rinsing them thoroughly. Okay. All right. Okay. And then I'm also going to rinse the jalapeno peppers. Woo-hoo. All right. Get those out. It's okay. Gonna rinse those out here too. Woo, those are spicy. All right. Okay, now I'm going to store them both in their bags and store them for 3 days. Thanks for watching. Okay, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to clean celery, which is mostly always dirty, right? Okay, and leeks. Okay, leeks is definitely always dirty. Okay, so I'll show you how to make sure that these are very clean before we put these in our bodies. Okay, don't forget, it's all about disease prevention with scientific eating. All right, let's get started. Okay, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to clean celery, which is mostly always dirty, right? Okay, and leeks. Okay, leeks is definitely always dirty. Okay, so I'll show you how to make sure that these are very clean before we put these in our bodies. Okay, don't forget, it's all about disease prevention with scientific eating. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I cut the top and the bottoms off the celery. Okay, now I'm just gonna cut them into halves like this. Okay. Okay, now I am cutting my leeks. Okay, it's time to clean the leeks because the leeks are very dirty. So I like some of the green parts of the leek, so I cut it there. Now I'm just slicing it so we can clean them and we can prep them for the next 3 days. Okay? You only want to eat food in a refrigerator for only 3 days. You got to keep them in the refrigerator for only 3 days. Otherwise, bacteria is going to start to get into your food, and we have enough in our body. We got to keep in control, so we don't want extra bacteria in our bodies. Okay? Remember, scientific eating is all about prevention. Okay? Especially over 92% of diseases, today's diseases, is food related. It's food related. So we must prep our foods to avoid as much chemicals and poisons as possible. This is why we choose our food scientifically, because along with foods, we have to choose them carefully. We have to use science to choose our foods. And this is what I'll teach you. Okay, you can visit my website at www.scientificrecipes.com. Go to my coaching page and sign up, and I'll be happy to teach you how to transition to a scientific diet. All right, so now we got our leeks cut up. We have our celery cut up. So now we're going to soak them in iodized salt, okay, to remove the dirt from it, from our vegetables. Okay, here's our bowl. So I'm going to do it separately. I'm not going to put them together. Okay, so first we are going to get about 2 tablespoons of salt. Gonna put it in there. Then we're also going to get about, again, 2 more tablespoons of salt, and we're going to add it to our leek bowl. Okay, so we're going to mix it thoroughly until it's dissolved all within the water. Okay. All right, so I'm going to stir the saline solution. Now, salt is wonderful, okay, in so many ways. Salt has an atomic weight of 127, so that's very heavy. That's enough to remove the dirt from vegetables, the wax off vegetables that we do not need in our bodies, that smothers our cells from getting what they need. So we don't need those. Okay, got the solution all mixed up. We're ready for the celery. So now we're gonna put the celery in there. All right. Now we're gonna switch it, and we're gonna set the timer for 8 minutes. Okay, so I am going to do the same for the leek bowl, so I can wash those too. Okay, put some water in there, and we're gonna stir it up. Okay, and we're gonna drop the leeks right in here. Okay. All right. Get it really good. Okay. Stir that up in there really good. The leeks are very dirty. We want to make sure we dissolve that in there really good. All right. Then we're going to drop our leeks right in here. Okay. Oopsie doopsie, knocking down everything. All right. Okay. Make sure those are all nice and soaked. Now for both of them, we're going to set the timer for 8 minutes. All right, be right back. Okay, now that I steamed them, these are the meals that I created with my vegetables during the week. Thanks for watching.